Hey guys, before we get started, I just wanted to take a second to tell you about the Muscle Hustle. It is a super fun grappling related game that you can get on your mobile device that allows you to collect, train, and promote a completely original roster of wrestlers. And they all have unique abilities that you can combine and train up and equip new gear. And you build a team of these guys to take on other teams and challenge for championships. It's really, really fun. There's also PvP stuff. I haven't even touched that yet. I'm just having so much fun with the single player stuff. There's a whole campaign where you go around all the different territories trying to win the world titles. Really, really fun game to play. And just because you listen to the B+, the great guys and girls over at the Muscle Hustle app are going to give you some fantastic rewards. So if you enter in the code the B+ when you play from the promo code in the settings menu, you're going to get 25 gold to go towards building up your team and training your team. It's going to give you a leg up against the competition. So click the link in the show notes, download the app, enter the code the B+, and I'll see you in the ring. Hey guys, just a reminder, if you want to hear all of these wonderful B+ podcast episodes completely ad-free, make sure you head over to Patreon or Podbean, where we are the featured podcast this week. You can subscribe for as little as $1 a month up to $10 a month, where anything you want to help us with, it really helps out. It's going to help us grow the site. It's going to help us redesign some things, and everything that we get through this and through the advertising as well is all going straight back into the podcast so that we can get Aussie Graps out there for the rest of the world to hear about, for the rest of the world to see, so we can grow this mission of watch global, support local, and build indie wrestling. So if you want to be a part of that and get some really cool rewards like call-in shows, bonus episodes, ad-free like I mentioned, then head over to patreon.com/theb+ and subscribe today.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening.
Hold one, Andre.
You're not good at this. Get out. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
Sorry, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two. On bar.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Dummy. Yeah.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
Hold three. Lamas covered. Three-handle family Gradunzel.
Mamma mia!
And now,
Unchained.media presents the B+ Podcast with your host, Greg Unchained.
It's me, Austin. It was me all along, Austin.
number four, armbar.
I will never retire.
I still got 200 more. I got 200 more holes to list.
What's up, my fellow human species, and welcome to the B+ podcast. I am your host, C-Jaii, and once again, we are going through another week of WWE, Raw, and SmackDown, heading into the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I am, of course, joined by the Instagram queen herself, Danders. How are you?
Living large. How are you, my dear friend?
Doing well as we can be leading into another pay-per-view.
Yeah, take-home show. I completely forgot it was take-home show.
To be honest, I did too. It didn't feel like it until the end of SmackDown for me.
Yeah. I completely forgot. And then I was like, oh, when they kept saying this Sunday, I was like, oh, derp.
Yeah,
I
pretty
feel like
much.
we just had Royal Rumble. I feel like I'm just over Royal Rumble.
Well, it's been so far 2 weeks since the Royal Rumble. And in another 2 weeks, I'm pretty sure we have Fastlane. And then 2 weeks after that is Mania. No, Mania's
Mania's got to be at least 6 weeks away.
Mania's 40 days away, sorry. Or 55 days away.
Yeah, because it was
it's April
60
8th.
days away.
Yeah, it's April 8th. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's just shy of 2 months.
We're 7 weeks away from WrestleMania.
Living large.
We're on the road.
I believe. So yeah, shall we let's kick into it.
Yeah, we'll kick into Monday Night Raw with the show openers of Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. I believe you said last week that, yeah, it was not too long ago that Vince and that were saying, hey, we're not going to be here. The fans are running the show. They're here every week.
Yep.
This is ridiculous.
And it's also very difficult because the way that they're portraying Steph and Triple H is so different to this time last year. And they haven't had anything really to like make this more organic. Like their change from super mega heels authority to just two people trying to legitimately do what's best for business, you know, like have a great show and engage the fans and take care of their employees. It's like, this is so unorganic.
It's weird.
Yeah, if it was a vegetable, Daniel Bryan would not eat it. It is not organic.
But we're coming into the, and I quote Steph, the Elimination Chamber view. That was great.
That was good.
So we're coming into Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. We have the recap of the assaults by the man, Becky Lynch. I was going to say your girl, Becky Lynch, but it kind of doesn't make sense. So
I'm her girl.
Becky Lynch. Okay.
Yeah.
You're her girl. All right, we'll figure that one out. We have Becky Lynch coming out. She has officially been cleared by the doctors. However, she will only get that match if she apologized to the McMahons. Did you see that coming?
I don't know what. I'm still like, I need to separate like my love of Becky Lynch for like my love of good storytelling with all of this. I didn't see it coming. I certainly didn't see the crescendo of it all coming. Yeah. But I really liked how this developed with the backstage segments throughout the show.
You mean the backstage segments that was taking priority over the matches that were in the ring?
Yes.
Oh, that frustrated me so much.
It was I didn't like the priority over the in-ring action, especially when they have, 3 hours to be working with. I feel like
that's exactly right.
But I did enjoy those mostly because Becky is just straight fire on the mic. Yeah.
I just love her accent when she's like, stick your apology up your arse.
Keeps it PG. If you say arse, it's
it's
PG.
Exactly right. Yeah. It's But anyway, she's got until the end of the night to come up with an apology, if she apologizes. So it pretty much cuts straight into the first match from there with her former 4-horse... Well, no, are they currently the 4 horsewomen still? Because they're feuding? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not sure on the... They seem to be, but it's like on and off. I don't think they'll ever not be the 4 horse people.
Yeah. I think you're right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have the Boss and Hug Connection. Bayley and Sasha Banks make their way to the ring for the triple threat match with Boss and Hug Connection, Liv and Sarah from the Riot Squad, and Nia and Tamina, which are they calling themselves the Samoan Slaughterhouse, or is that the chamber itself?
I don't know. I didn't really like that at all, especially when you think of who Tamina's father is and what he was accused of.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I think that Samoan Slaughterhouse is in poor taste.
Yeah, it's not a good thing at all. But we have we have a match. Sasha Banks is sent to the back with injury, so we're like, oh, Bayley's playing the underdog. Did she get the win? No. Unfortunately, Nia Jax pins Bayley after a brutal Samoan drop. And it's official that Sasha Banks and Bayley will be entering the chamber first.
Which I think I kind of saw that coming. I think that they are the ultimate pick to start off, and in my opinion, they'll obviously do the Iron Man spot.
Yeah.
I think that they will be that. How does it? I'm not 100% like sure. How does it work? Does only one person have to get pinned, or do 2 people have to get pinned per tag team?
To be honest, I don't think they've ever done a tag team match in Elimination Chamber, have they?
No. When I think of like multi-tag, it's normally only one person. Like when they have tag team battle royals, normally only one person has to be thrown out.
Yeah, so perhaps maybe they might do the same thing.
Potentially. It's going to be hella slow if you have to have 11 pins. But there's
True.
also like the opportunity to have like the ganging up if one person is eliminated and the other isn't. I don't know how it's going to work.
Yeah, I think you're right in the way that they're going to just do it as if one's eliminated, you're both eliminated. Which kind of puts a dampener on a couple of things, but
I'm really excited for it. I keep forgetting that this is happening. I know that it's getting a little bit cliche. I keep forgetting how close it is. I know it's cliche that it's always like the first ever, but this is legitimately exciting. They've the fact that there's enough women to have such a dense tag team division now.
Yeah, definitely.
Is so exciting. I'm really looking forward to it.
The thing is as well, what I've noticed is they're constantly talking about which women from which brand are going to compete. Correct? So the way that they're doing it is it's as if it's going to be like the back in, I think it was 2009, when The Miz and Morrison and Primo and Carlito had that match at WrestleMania 25. Primo and Carlito go over, won all of the tag team titles, and were jumping between each brands.
Yeah,
are they going to do the same?
There.
Pardon?
A test of my memory there.
Pre-show, it's okay. It's like the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yeah. Yeah, I think maybe they will bounce back and forth for a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe obviously they don't want to have two sets of tag teams.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough women for that.
No,
yet.
like I think that they should only have one set of tag team. For the men's as well, I don't think that the tag team division is dense enough for there to be two sets of belts.
I think you're right. I think they just need to bring back the penny belts.
The what?
The penny belts.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep. I thought you said the pity belts, and I'm like, oh, is that what the Raw ones are? They're like the pity belts?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, such a good division. The penny belts, yes. Yeah, sure thing, and just have them. Just either have them just on one show, although I suppose that kind of destroys the tag team division for the other.
Yeah. Have them jump ship, that'd be pretty cool, like between each.
Yeah.
But then we have Elias trying to cut a promo and gets interrupted for a record 3 times.
God, so rude, always interrupting.
I feel so bad for him, hey. He's probably like, no, just do it. See how many times you can do it.
And he was interrupted by your faves.
Oh my gosh. I'm not going to lie, a few expletives were put out the moment, like, the music hit. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake.
But they have a little pinata.
I don't care about their pinata anymore. At first I was like, hey, that's a Fortnite pinata. That's a llama. That's really, really cool. And then they just kept doing it. And I'm like, all right, once it's enough. That's all right. They're rare in the game. They should be rare on TV too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, this was probably one of the low lights of the show for me.
I honestly think this was just a filler moment.
Yeah, I just didn't love it. I think that I've caught your contagious hatred of the Lucha House Party because I used to be so indifferent of them, and I was like, now I'm just like, oh my god, CJ's right.
Yeah, they're everywhere and they're a nuisance. They're like rats that need to be exterminated.
Yeah.
Can we call Drew Gulak up to Raw just to kick them out of Raw?
Because
turn Raw into a high-flow zone?
I'm such an indie noob. Whenever people talk about the Lucha Bros or the Lucha Brothers, this is who I think they're talking about. I'm like, why is everyone raving about these guys? Like, they're so annoying. It's like,
different masked people. Different.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Loser House Party comes out, interrupts Elias again. And then apparently Kalisto can play like 3 strings on a guitar, and Elias is all of a sudden be like, yeah, you're so good. All to lead into smashing him over the back with another guitar. That was great. That was a highlight of Loser House Party.
He must go through a lot of guitars.
He probably does.
Yeah.
I reckon back in the warehouse, similar to how they've got like all the ladders and stuff that they've got in their massive warehouse, there's just so many guitars.
Yeah. When I was like looking up like online thoughts about this segment, because it did make me so angry, it was like Lucha House Party versus Elias, the feud absolutely no one asked for. Like that sums it up.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
That's pretty much it. That's exactly right. But then After, of course, Elias smashing the guitar, Lashley with Lio Rush comes out to sit at ringside for the next match, which is Drew McIntyre versus Finn Balor.
You're nothing, Finn. You're nothing. That's what I remember from this, is him yelling it. No, he was
Pretty
yelling
much.
that at Kurt Angle. When was I watching that? Was that on the same show? No, that must have
Probably.
been last week. Like, you're nothing. I'm good. No. Yeah. It was when did Kurt... I'm so sorry. My brain is mush. I'm
That's
getting my weeks
okay.
confused.
That's okay. So we have this little match between Finn and Drew going back and forth until Finn Balor sort of boots Lio Rush in the face. Then Bobby Lashley gets to the ring, causing the disqualification. Kurt Angle comes out to make the save because Finn's getting beat down. Corbin comes out to attack Kurt Angle. Braun comes out to even the odds. Then a 6-man tag team match is made in the middle of the ads, because apparently that's how people do things these days. It is always in the ads. They're always, this match is made official. It frustrates me.
Yeah. No, it was this week that he was doing the thing to Kurt. It's like, you're nothing. You're nothing. Yeah, this was like, I guess that they're trying to build something here, but it's just like, it's too cut. These are the bad guys, these are the good guys, and it's, I don't know. I'm bored with this, which makes me so sad because I love Drew McIntyre and I love Finn Balor. I think that they're strong enough to just go in a feud on their own. And
Well,
really
I think you're right. I think that's what it's going to lead to down the track. However, they needed to have this Braun and Corbin things finished.
Yeah.
Apparently, that doesn't happen until Elimination Chamber, because we now have Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman. Finn, which we'll touch later on when we actually hit the, what's it called? The preview?
The pre-show?
Preview?
Oh, when we do the
on.
preview.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We're
yeah, so
useless for that.
Nah, not at all. So, Baron Corbin, of course, pins Finn, but Finn's foot was on the rope. So the match gets restarted, and Finn Balor wins by pinning Corbin? I can't remember who he pinned. But Finn wins!
Yes.
Yeah, so Finn wins via pinfall, gaining some momentum heading into Elimination Chamber with his match against Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley. We get a quick Kevin Owens preview as well. He's about a month away, and pretty much all I learnt from that entire thing was that he sucks at bowling.
Yeah. I thought that was really cute, though, where he was like, what am I doing with my time off? I'm enjoying the time with my family. Because I just feel like that's a side that you don't see of Kevin Owens, is how much he is like a great dad and things like that. You only sort of see the really sulky Canadian heel Kevin Owens. And I remember the footage of when his wife filmed his son watching him debut against John Cena. And that footage, like, I don't even like kids, and that footage melted my heart. It was like so excited. And I don't know, I really like seeing that side of Kevin Owens.
Yeah, I think seeing a lot of stuff like this it sort of touches the fans a little bit differently, because, yeah, WWE is a massive family show, and you don't realize that outside of these guys being a bad guy, or even a good guy, even, that they've got families. And a lot of them are a lot more genuine to their families because they're not there all the time.
Yeah. He's got kids.
Shout out Heath Slater.
Yeah.
What's Heath doing these days? Heath Slater and Rhino just kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
Full disclosure, I get Heath Slater confused with who's Zack Ryder teaming with at the moment.
Kurt Hawkins?
Yes, I'm like, I read a kayfabe article about it, about how they're the same person, and they threw Buddy Murphy in there as well. And I was like, Buddy Murphy, maybe because he is Australian, we know, I always know who he is, but Kurt Hawkins and Curtis Axel, is that who we're talking? No, Kurt Hawkins and Heath Slater are the same person. Like, they look the same. Yeah. They're never in the same room at the same time.
I can understand what you're saying there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have we have that quick sort of KO thing. Then we get Nikki Cross versus Ruby Riott.
Oh, sorry, just what we didn't talk about that. Back in a month, that's in time for WrestleMania.
Is it?
Yeah, which is
Well, it was a month. It was a month or so.
A month or so. We're 55 days out from WrestleMania. We're just shy of 2 months from WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I don't think that we're going to get a huge thing from him, but I reckon that he might make maybe a surprise appearance in the Battle Royal.
Or could he be a surprise entrant in a multi-man ladder match for the United States Championship over on SmackDown?
Potentially. I thought that they were going to make an annual thing out of the ladder match for the Intercontinental title.
So did I.
But then they didn't. I guess because they started having kind of bigger names holding the title.
Probably.
But yeah, I would really like if they did that again because that's a fantastic way to kick off WrestleMania.
It certainly is. So we get Nikki Cross versus Ruby Riott. This kind of was just a filler match because they cut for a backstage promo.
Yeah, and I am done with the disrespect to the Riot Squad. I think that it's bad enough that they're three really talented women that get lumped together and are just like they're just one. They wrestle as if they're one person, like three parts of one person. I love Liv Morgan. I love her so much. But yeah, I hate the disrespect to the Riot Squad. If it's not like squashing them, then it's not giving any time to this. However, I'm guessing that they did this. I think that they did a little bit of disrespect to Nikki Cross in this match, but I'm guessing that it's to build Ruby to look strong for a match against Ronda.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Because everyone knows that Ruby's not winning.
Yeah.
Ronda's not dropping that. I hate that they do this. I'm like, just do a non-title match. If you do a non-title match, it's so much more believable.
Yep.
That maybe something might happen. I'm wondering if maybe afterwards we're going to get like a Riot Squad attack on Ronda.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
But who knows?
So next segment we have Seth Rollins coming out, cuts a quick promo saying that he ate 6 F5s and he's still hurting. Is that a prelude to the fact that he's actually injured?
I don't think so.
Well,
I wish he had have said I'm still hungry the way where he said I ate 6 F5s.
That would have been pretty funny. But there's reports flying around online that he's actually injured and potentially may not be cleared for WrestleMania.
He's just jinxed. What year? It wasn't last year, it was the year before. No, it was 3 years ago that he missed WrestleMania.
Yeah, 3 years ago he missed WrestleMania. And I don't know if you've noticed, but I found a meme online as well where it was a picture of Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns and Seth missed WrestleMania. No, was it Brock versus Dean and then Seth missed WrestleMania? Then it was Roman versus Brock. Dean missed WrestleMania. Now it's Seth versus Brock and Roman's missing WrestleMania.
Ooh.
Come next year, it's going to be The Shield versus Brock Lesnar. Calling it now.
If any of the Shield are left at WWE.
That is so true.
I know, isn't that scary?
Oh, I know. It's kind of one of those things. They've been in the industry for so long. Like most of them have been in the industry for so long that they're kind of now noticing that WWE isn't the be-all and end-all, which is kind of true now. Like there's so many more indie promotions starting up. Which you've got All Elite Wrestling. Impact's apparently trying to make an impact, but sorry, Greg and Jay, you're not just doing it. It's not happening.
I didn't know Impact was still around. I'm so terrible at like being a wrestling fan. I'm like so bad at it. It's like, oh, Impact's still a thing. Okay, cool.
Apparently.
There is options, and like there's options around the world now.
Yeah.
It's like not just like Connecticut. Yeah,
pretty much.
Like there's in the UK, and hopefully maybe someday we'll get some bigger names coming down to Australia to flex their muscles.
Yeah, well, we've got Cowboy James Storm coming out.
I don't know who that is.
He's a former TNA star. Part of Beer Money Inc. with Bobby Roode. But,
well,
yeah, there you go. So we have this quick Seth Rollins promo. Comes out saying he's hurt. He's eaten 6 F5s. He's still hurting. Paul Heyman comes out and being like, you know what, this isn't a prediction, this is a spoiler, you're going to lose again. Pretty much tells him, tells Seth Rollins that he's on a suicide mission if he goes to WrestleMania. So he's trying to psych him out, but we all know that we're going to get this match.
And
of
this
course.
is literally the thing that Paul Heyman does every time there's a big match. It's like, you will not be the one who you cannot beat the one who is the one in 21-1. It's like,
yeah, it's just
okay,
the constant.
We get it. Brock is like big, bulk, scary man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. The Dean Ambrose actually comes out pretty much straight after this segment, and it is actually reported that Dean Ambrose went off script for this.
Yeah. I wonder what he was meant to do.
I'm not too sure, but according to Meltzer, everything's according to Meltzer now.
According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer.
Yeah. So with Ambrose coming out, keeping things brief, says, I've only got one thing to say to you. Slay the beast. Was he, according to Meltzer, he was supposed to say a lot more.
Yeah.
So it's really strange to see that. Could he just be like fed up and done? Could he just be like, oh, I'm here for TV time and that's it?
Yeah,
doing my
maybe
job?
it didn't feel organic, because I thought that, like, when he came out and said that, I'm like, oh, Dean, what are you doing? And then he said that and I was like, all right. Yeah. It kind of reminded me of, I think it was 2015. There was Roman Reigns versus Daniel Bryan at Fastlane for who was going to fake Brock Lesnar. Who was going to face Brock Lesnar. And after the match, Daniel Bryan, like, they have like a really stern face off. Daniel Bryan just like pokes him in the chest and goes, kick his ass.
Yeah.
It was like sort of a little bit, to me, it felt like a little bit of a throwback to that. It was a really, really nice moment. I actually quite liked it. I'm glad he didn't say more.
Yeah, I think you're right. It just made so much more sense for him to just be like, slay the beast.
Yeah.
It just shows that he's got Seth's back.
Yeah.
Sort
it was
of.
a really nice moment.
Yeah.
I already said that.
Leading after that, we have Dean Ambrose versus EC3. This is the sequel to Dean versus EC1 and 2. Mind you, I saw a meme online where it was EC1 was FCW version of John Cena. EC2 was the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era John Cena, and then EC3 was actually EC3.
Yeah.
I was like
that.
That's great.
Cool.
That's fantastic.
Huge pop, as the kids would say.
Pretty much. But we get Ambrose winning this quick match with a clean roll-up. Then we lead on to the Raw Tag Team Championship match, Rude and Gable versus The Revival.
This was awesome. I liked this a lot.
This is how The Revival should be used. These guys do amazing matches during live shows. They do amazing matches on and off the air on Raw, like in dark matches and stuff like that. The Revival are so good.
Yeah, in my head, how I imagined this happening behind the scenes was Vince McMahon walking in with the Raw Tag Team titles and just going, "Ooh, no, baby, please don't go." the Revival, so they don't leave. There's a visual.
Oh, wow.
Whether it was like a pity, like a throwing a dog a bone or whatever, they absolutely deserve it.
Yeah.
This was just like, this was in my opinion, a pay-per-view quality match. And I was like, I am getting this for free. I would pay to see this. Why don't you want my money? It was really good. I was really happy with this. A great match.
I think there's a couple of reasons why this match happened as well. I agree with you. Yes, it could have just been a pity thing where Vince has been like, don't leave, don't go to AEW. Because what from reports are saying, Vince and like their team have turned around and said, give us 3 months. If you're still not happy in 3 months, you can leave. So what it is, I think Vince has just handed them the titles being like, here's a 4-month reign. Have fun. Like, yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. But yeah, so, and I think also on top of that, we have, the main reason it was on was because they don't have a spot on Elimination Chamber for them.
Yeah, so now they have a spot on the pre-show maybe? Nice little tag match on the pre-show? Although there was nothing announced, was there?
Nothing's been announced for the pre-show, but they've still got the Cruiserweight Championship going on.
Ah, true.
And of course, Strowman versus Corbin.
Yes.
So I reckon one of those two will be on the pre-show.
Yeah, fair call.
And I'm hoping it's Strowman versus Corbin, but could you imagine them ever being on a pre-show?
No.
No, not at all.
To see Braun Strowman on the pre-show would just be, to me, like visual representation of WWE just being like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. I don't know. Just like, I don't know. Let's just like throw some shit at the wall and see what sticks.
I remember when he was a Rosebud on a pre-show. Does that count? Back when like Adam Rose was around?
Yeah, and now he's like potentially back on the pre-show.
Like
going from like headlining pay-per-views and being Mr. Money in the Bank and to whatever this is with Corbin, that's just the vanilla ice cream of feuds. Like, I'll watch it, but I'm not enthusiastic about it.
To be honest, this will probably be my bathroom break for Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, fair call. I think it's going to be on early, so you might have to hold it for
the
later part of the show.
Unless it's like the filler match between like the tag team chamber and the WWE chamber.
Yep, potentially.
That could probably be it. But anyway, then we have Becky's moment where she comes out to apologize. And surprisingly, she did.
The thing that broke the internet, it was a little bit backhanded when she was like, okay, now that that's over and done with, I thought like, oh, we're going to get heel Steph and heel Triple H. But no, they were accepting of it.
Yeah. They were pretty chill. They were just kind of like, hey, yep, you've got the match.
The moment that broke the internet.
Wow. This match happened, as we're recording this, this is after SmackDown. So Raw happened for us yesterday. And this is all I have seen on my Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube. Like, it's flooded my YouTube shows.
Yeah. I don't know if you're old enough to remember Angry German Kid, one of like the early day YouTube videos. I think it was even pre-YouTube. It's a kid playing I think it's Ultimate Tournament, and he's losing his shit because it's not loading fast enough and things like that. That was me when this segment was happening. And people are like, it's a work, she's the heel, like, this is great booking. I'm like, I'm not watching this as someone analyzing the booking. I'm watching this as a wrestling fan. Like, I seem to be like one of 6 people in the world who can watch wrestling as a wrestling fan and be absorbed with what's happening in front of me. Like, I don't care about the booking and things like that. Like, this was designed to make me angry, and it's made me angry, and now I'm angry. Like, that's how it works. It doesn't have to be like, oh, this is so clever. Oh, I see what they're doing. It's like, no, you're supposed to think that it's real.
Yeah,
it's like when you're watching Game of Thrones, it's not like, oh, I can see the effects that they're using to make it look like he's actually bleeding. Like,
look at the tomato sauce.
I know, like, just let me be angry and upset that they're screwing over my fave. That's how I'm supposed to be feeling.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you. Like, this is honestly one of the shittiest ways they should have done it.
I'm not angry about how they've done it. I'm angry that Vince McMahon is involved. That's the only part that I don't like, because I see Vince McMahon come out and he looks old. And when I see how old he is, I think about how old I am, because I remember when he didn't look this old. So that's the only part. It's like, I don't understand why they didn't just have heel Steph and heel Triple H do it. Like, I don't, Yeah,
it's a strange way, but I suppose it worked in the end. It's gotten Charlotte the heat that she needs. Becky has been officially suspended from the WWE for 60 days, so it puts her past WrestleMania. So potentially on the first pay-per-view after Mania, we'll get, I don't know. She'll work her way in. We'll have the triple threat. She's getting onto
Mania.
Yeah, we'll have the triple threat. Becky will walk out. But that's the thing, is we now have to wait and find out exactly how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
It's exciting.
But then, of course, Raw closes with Vince announcing that Charlotte's going to be the new Raw Women's Champion.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
We are all WWE fans here. It's why we're here, listening to this show and spending inordinate amounts of hours consuming, complaining, and just generally eating, sleeping, and breathing professional wrestling. But if you want to take that to the next level, the only place to do it is WrestleMania 35 in the city so nice that they named it twice New York. And our new friends at All Aussie Travelers are going to help you make that happen in the best way possible. They are new to the wrestling travel game, granted, but they have over 15 years experience in sports and event tours between the US and Australia, so you know you're in good hands. They want to offer you an exclusive WrestleMania package, including return flights to the USA, 6 nights at the New Yorker Hotel right next to Times Square. And the thing that sets these packages apart are the VIP suites that AAT have secured for WrestleMania. So that's, of course, the Raw after WrestleMania. So not only are you going to go to the Hall of Fame, not only are you going to go to WrestleMania 35, but for NXT TakeOver, SmackDown Live, and the Raw immediately after WrestleMania that next night, you are going to be in an exclusive VIP suite that is not normally available to the public. But AAT, they got it locked down. They got it waiting for you with your name on it. You are in private entrance, you are in private toilets and bar, as well as an unparalleled view in the most comfortable seats in the house. You can experience WrestleMania weekend like never before, all at really competitive prices. So head over to All Aussie Travelers on Facebook, hit that like button, send them a message, send an email to Jack, that's JAAK, at allaussie.com.au, and let them know the B Plus sent you. Sorry to interrupt the podcast, B Plus players, but I just need to take a second to tell you about Threadbox. Threadbox is a subscription service for men that makes looking good easier than ever before. Just fill out a few questions to start building your style profile, and from there you will be paired with a stylist who will send you new threads once a month, so you don't have to worry about checking the stores and finding new clothes. It's like having a personal shopper and stylist at your fingertips, and you just sit back, relax, wait for your awesome new gear to arrive in the mail. They sent me a box this month. I got a new pair of jeans. I got 2 shirts. You can check out the unboxing video on the Facebook page. And the best part about it is you can get in touch with your stylist by email at any time. So if you need new singlets, if you need new long sleeves, if you need new shoes, if there's something specific you want, you just let them know what you need and they'll tailor the box to your specific requests. It's a completely personalized service available on any budget. You'll always get way more value than you pay for because Threadbox work with all the best brands. Boxes start from just $40, and if you use our code, the B+15 at checkout today, you're going to get 15% off your first box. So what are you waiting for, man? Like, if you want to look better with less effort, head to threadbox.com.au and use the code the B+15 to get your box today.
And SmackDown opens with Charlotte. I am so sick and tired of seeing her already.
She's so good at being a heel, though. Like, she handles a heel crowd better than most on the roster, man or woman. The way that she can, because she doesn't ignore what's happening, but she is also always in control. She's fantastic on the mic. She's antagonizing. You're meant to hate her. She's has such a presence as well. Like, yeah.
No, she's just like a dad in that sense, where she can work the crowd to ease.
Yeah, she's fantastic. She's
one of the
annoying
best
as hell.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was like head to toe in leather. I thought that was a bit weird. I don't know why she was like so much in leather, but that's, I guess, it's aesthetics.
Yeah, I still don't understand this whole goth phase that she's got going on, but you know.
Yeah. What were you calling her the other day? Was it Goth Charlotte?
Yeah, Goth Charlotte. Goth Charlie.
Goth Charlie. Because she's like Good Charlotte, like the band.
Yeah.
With her like emo face.
Yeah, so we can't call her Good Charlotte though, because
I
that
know,
implies
it doesn't
that she's
make any
face.
sense.
Goth Charlotte. It works.
Yeah. Goth Charlotte. So she's going to be ringside at Elimination Chamber for Ronda Rousey's match. I reckon she's going to get her butt kicked from a pretty little redhead in the crowd. I reckon she'll be coming out to beat her up. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I was going to, like, in my head, I'm like, I don't have fantasy bookings this week, but you know what? Considering you've just mentioned it, I have a fantasy booking.
Oh!
So, building on what you said, where she has, I was going to say Carmella, because I just read Carmella in my notes. Charlotte's sitting in the crowd. She's sitting at ringside watching this match between Ronda Rousey and Ruby Riott. Mm-hmm. She goes to interfere, but instead of actually interfering, Becky jumps from the other side, taking Charlotte out before Charlotte could even hit the ring.
Yeah, Becky's gonna have to come out from through the crowd though. She can't be sitting
Yeah.
at ringside because it's gonna ruin the surprise. As soon as she's sitting at ringside, you know that she's gonna get involved. So yeah, she needs to be coming down from the stairs.
Yeah. Or from under the ring and just sit under the ring for like half the pay-per-view.
That's no spot for the man. She
No,
needs to
it's
be
not.
on top of the world, not under the ring.
Sure. Unless she does like an Enzo Amore-esque what are they called?
God.
Disguise where he had like the beard and the hoodie on and
Yeah.
and she literally makes
there's your
herself the
shit
man.
booking. There's your shit booking. Is Becky Lynch in a I'm doing great shirt. Second row. Yeah.
I had to put something shit in there somewhere.
Yeah. But yeah,
It's not CJ's booking without it.
I reckon that it's no secret it's no coincidence that Charlotte's going to be ringside.
Yeah.
And they're not going to not have Becky Lynch on a pay-per-view. Like she's just money at the moment.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But following that, we've got Naomi and Carmella. What were they calling themselves again?
The Fabulous
Glow.
Fabulous Glow, yeah.
That's right. So Fabulous Glow versus the Iconics versus Fire and Desire.
Yeah. And which one is which? I assume Mandy is Desire.
I'd say Mandy's Desire.
Yeah, and Sonya is Fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it sounds good.
No, that's exactly right. Iconics spent the most of the match outside of the ring at this point. They're playing it smart.
They were. They're so antagonizing. And if they weren't Australian, if they weren't local girls, I would fucking hate them. Like, the only reason that I don't hate them is they are Australian. So I really liked their kind of cheekiness in this. I thought it was very clever. I guess it makes sense that we're having essentially the same match on Raw and SmackDown.
I liked it. I actually really liked it.
Yeah. And then at the end, they did some attacking on the victors there. Yeah.
So Naomi, of course, pins Mandy Rose. So we're going to have the starting chamber is going to start with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville versus Boston Hug Connection. That's going to start the chamber. But of course, after this triple threat match, we had Iconics just obliterating the competition.
Yeah, how fantastic did Naomi look in this match? Like, she's so underrated. She was just a little bit too early, I think. I think that people don't have the same kind of although when she won the belt, people were so stoked for her, but because she didn't come up through NXT, she doesn't have that NXT darling kind of appeal that a lot of the other girls have. She's also like known as being one of the primary total divas kind of thing. I think that she gets overlooked a lot, but she really did shine in this match. I think that she carried a lot of it because Mandy and Sonya are still quite green.
They're quite fresh in this.
Yeah. And so to me, it's just like she's good enough to be in the singles competition at the moment, but hopefully she gets some more time to shine in Elimination Chamber.
Hopefully,
with Carmella.
We'll get some high fly glowy spots from Naomi for sure.
Yeah, some butts to faces and all that jazz.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So, we get the beatdown from the Iconics, and then we get, for me, aside from the matches, but this was my highlight of the week, McMiz TV.
McMust-see TV.
Oh, this was fantastic.
This was really great, and I think that there should have been more to hype this match. I feel like this was a fantastic segment, but I feel like the Usos are too good to be like reduced to this segment leading in.
I don't think they've been so much reduced to this segment. I think it's because creative were like, we don't really have much, so go out with this.
Okay, that's another way to look at it.
I think that's pretty much what it is, and I reckon if they had a couple more weeks, this build could be fantastic. But again, we've got a real tag team going up against a tag team that's fresh.
A tag team that is the best in the world.
I hate that tagline so much.
Best in the world.
Oh, co-besties for the win.
Yeah.
But, so to me, I'm like, all right, I understand this. I understand that the Usos have been in this industry for 10 years. They can obliterate pretty much any competition that's coming up against them. Yes, they're versing a 50-year-old guy who's past his prime and only likes doing high spots and one of the best wrestlers in the world. But it's still, I think that
And
Usos...
also The Miz as well. Oh, I'm so funny.
That was quick.
Yeah.
That was very quick. No, it's just... I think that the Usos deserve this spot for sure, but I also think that Usos deserve to sort of walk out as champions, but we'll head to that bit later on.
Yeah, maybe they'll get maybe they'll like continue the feud at WrestleMania, because I think that unless we're getting Shane versus Miz at WrestleMania, maybe that's what's going to build to. Maybe they'll get... I just don't see this being a one match thing. I think that it's going to at least go to Fastlane.
Oh, maybe to at least Fastlane. That'd be good.
Yeah.
But then we get like we're having this promo. I just want to say there are two really good lines out of this that I really liked, and that it was as they were talking about Kish and Maurice, and I think it was it Jay Uso that had that's married to Naomi, or is it Jimmy?
I don't know. They look the same. They literally look the same.
Just about. But yeah, what I think it's Jimmy Uso who was like, we're not talking about Maurice or my dad. And Mrs. like, no, we're not talking about either of them. Should we be talking about Mandy Rose though?
Oof.
That line right there was just kind of like, ooh, that's painful. And then when Shane cracks out I'm hit you so hard your brother's gonna feel it. I was like, is this like E5 rap battles all over again?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, yeah, it was a lot of good back and forth. I did like this segment.
Yeah, definitely. I still think that these four guys, like one of the, sorry, I was gonna say these four guys are one of the best, but these four guys are some of the best people on the mic and in the ring. This match is gonna kill it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it, and because we have the boss's son, it's not going to go on the pre-show, which is fantastic. Because if you put anyone else with The Miz, if you put like, I can't even name someone, like Zack Ryder or someone with The Miz, it's going on the pre-show. But because Shane O'Mac's in it, it's going to get the spotlight that it deserves. And the Usos are so fantastic. I have so much respect for them.
That's exactly right. And I also just want to talk about the super kick to close that segment. That was nice to see.
Super kick party.
That's pretty much where my head went.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good time.
But then to close out the final hour and 4 minutes of, I was going to call it Monday Night Raw, of SmackDown, was this gauntlet match. Holy hell.
Again, why are you giving this to me for free? I feel like I should be paying for this. This is good. Take my money.
I believe that this was supposed to be the match that should have been on Fastlane. This is where I'm seeing it. Yeah,
and like I maintain that Kofi Kingston is probably the most underrated of the tenured people in WWE.
Yeah.
I think his size, and also, not to pull the race card, but WWE aren't great at pushing people of color. I know that we're getting Bobby Lashley at the moment, but I have a feeling that because he's a big sweaty man.
And spoiler alert as well. Spoiler. If you don't want to spoiler, stop listening now. But a person of color has been crowned a new champion in NXT too.
Oh, Scourge!
So,
it is Black History Month.
True.
I'd like to think that that's not a coincidence, that they're just doing it because you've got good people, but I don't think that's a coincidence.
No,
but yeah,
you're right.
Criminally underrated. I think going in the New Day it stopped him from achieving some singles opportunities, but he probably wouldn't have been given them anyway, and it's allowed him to express his creativity. He's obviously like a very fun dude, and the chemistry that he has with Big E and Xavier,
exactly right.
Has put him in a spotlight that he probably wouldn't have got even if he deserved it. I loved seeing him shine here. I completely forgot about this match because I was so tired watching it. But this was one of my highlights. Was just him getting to see him shine.
Yeah. So, but mind you, was this supposed to be Mustafa Ali's spot? Was Mustafa Ali supposed to run the hour-long gauntlet?
I don't know, because as fantastic as he is, I don't know if he would have the endurance.
I reckon he would. He's got the heart to do so.
See what you did there.
But no, I honestly think he's a fantastic performer, and I reckon he has the endurance and the stamina, the skill to do it.
Yeah, so maybe it was supposed to be his spot. I'm not sure if we're supposed to maybe be drawing some parallels between this and Seth Rollins' gauntlet run.
I didn't think
he did
about
a little while ago. That was sort of the start of his rising to the top again.
No,
I
that's true.
doubt we're going to get the same hype for Kofi Kingston.
Not while he's in with New Day. I'm sorry, but no.
No, which is fine. New Day is still a money printing machine.
That's exactly right. Booty. Oh, have you noticed they've stopped doing that? I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, no, they're all about pancake power now.
Yeah, it's disappointing. What's next? The Pebbles of Power? I don't know. Fruity Pebbles of Power.
No, they've already gone cereal. They'll need to go like eggs and bacon. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
True.
Pancake power at the moment.
But here's the thing, though. To me, I also had a thought of this during this match. This would have been the perfect time for either a return that they didn't have for a plan, like, for example, like a Luke Harper return, even.
Yeah.
Or a random mass NXT call-up, like Aleister Black's being like, I want a shot.
Yeah, could be.
But we didn't. We got the amazing Kofi Kingston instead.
Which I loved. I was okay with it.
It was good. So to start this gauntlet match, we had the new Daniel Bryan versus Kofi Kingston, with Kofi eliminating the WWE Champion.
Yeah, that was bold. It was bold.
That was really good. And this was also the longest match of the entire gauntlet match. This was the longest piece as well.
Yeah.
So, which was really good. It's good to have that match.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Then Jeff Hardy came out next, getting eliminated by Kofi Kingston. Samoa Joe came out next, again getting eliminated by Kofi Kingston. But Joe kind of loses his mind, as always, and attacks Kofi Kingston after the match.
Mm-hmm.
So AJ Styles comes down, chases him off. So we see AJ's next. But AJ's kind of like, you don't have to do this, Kofi, because Kofi is hurt.
Yeah.
You could tell.
Yeah.
He's like, you don't have to do it. This is it. Just walk away. You're good. You don't have to do it. But Kofi's like, I've been here for 11 years. This is my chance. I'm taking it. Fight me. And slaps him in the face.
Yeah. It's so nice.
It was. But
it was really nice.
To me as well, I also think that, I know we won't see it happening, but that should be the way that Kofi Kingston should turn heel against New Day and go on his own. We'll be like, no, I've been here for 11 years. I now want my world title. And he gets it.
I don't think we're seeing it.
Not for a while, but that would be a cool way to do it.
Yeah, it would be. That's CJ's unrealistic but still entertaining booking. What's the match? We need to make sure to jot down the match to add to your card of your shit stain pay-per-view. Shit stain Sunday. Like Cyber Tuesday, but shit stain Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, we still need to make that. And then we get AJ Styles officially eliminates Kofi Kingston. And then Randy Orton literally out of nowhere with an RKO for like 4 seconds, gaining the win and closing SmackDown.
Randy Orton is so boring.
He wasn't this stage.
So boring. I'm bored of him. It's like, yeah, we get it. You're crazy. You hear voices in your head. We get it. You're boring.
I personally think I love Randy Orton as a performer. He's absolutely amazing to me. So to see him come in with, he's got a viable chance in this. I don't see him winning it, but it's a viable chance.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
That's exactly right. And before we do head over to our Elimination Chamber preview, I'll run down the quick results of 205 Live. Did you watch it this week?
No. I'm sorry, Topher. It's not a personal thing. It's just like after 5 hours, like the time between when it airs and when we record, it's not a big enough break for me to then watch another hour of promos with a little bit of wrestling.
That's pretty true. It's pretty true. Well, I'll do a quick rundown of 205 Live. So, Lizzie House Party get a promo about how cold it is outside, but it's okay because the party's inside. They weren't able to finish their duet with Elias. Grand Metalik is ready to sing a few bars and gets interrupted by Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher for the opening match. We have Jack Gallagher defeating Lindsay Dorado by a pinfall. Then we get a quick promo backstage where Jake Maverick has ordered Tony Nese and Noam Dar in separate locker rooms ahead of their match for today. Humberto Carrillo comes up for an interview saying how he's proud of his high flying, but if two of the best wrestlers, aka Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher, want to teach him how to train him how to wrestle, then he's going to listen to him.
Mm-hmm.
So Humberto Carrillo looks like he's going to join for a better 205. Aria Davari cuts a promo about how he didn't come to 205 Live to be anybody's boy. Anybody's boy. That's just such a bad line.
Yeah, it's like conjures up some mental images there.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But he came there to serve himself and he's just there to collect money. That's about it. But apparently he's eyeing off the title, which I'm sorry, but he's got no charisma for me. I can't see him holding that title. There's just no charisma in it. However, the next guy, Mike Kanellis, he cut a promo. He's got charisma. It took him 16 years to get to WWE, and he didn't work for that long to lose to either Kalisto or Brian Kendrick. We've seen as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
So he's cuts his promos, coming for the title pretty much. Everyone will remember the name Mike Kanellis. Then we get Tony Nese defeating Noam Dar via pinfall after putting him through the Timekeeper's barricade with a running knee in a no DQ match. That looked like it really hurts.
It really did.
Yeah, it was like, I'm like sitting behind a screen and even I felt that.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know why I'm agreeing with you. I didn't even watch it.
Oh, nice. Honestly, if you have like a spare like 20 minutes, go watch this match. It was great.
Yep.
Then we get the contract signing between Akira Tozawa and the WWE Cruiserweight Champion, Buddy Murphy. Akira signs first. Buddy has some words before he actually signs. Offering offering Tozawa a selfie with the champ, since that's the closest he'll get to the title. I thought that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, that was a bit harsh.
But then they have a couple of bits of back and forth. But Akira Tozawa, with the line of the day, he turns to Buddy Murphy and says, "You think you're unstoppable. However, another guy called himself the king of the cruiserweights, and I beat him too."
Oh, they're mentioning him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the king of the cruiserweights. I know that's Scottish instead of English, and that's why I was like, surely, like, Drew McIntyre can drop 80 pounds and become a cruiserweight just so he can go, "I'm the king of the cruiserweights now. Bow down to your king, Sonny Jim." I was watching, it was whatever the last pay-per-view before Rumble was, TLC.
TLC.
I was watching that with my friend, and I was like, "Oh, he sounds Glaswegian," and my friend was like, "No, I think he's Scottish." I was like, rude. But I see what he did there.
Yeah, true. So yeah, that was a quick 205 recap. One thing I do want to point out as well, which I've read, was Sasha Banks has officially re-aggravated the shoulder injury from a couple of months back, which actually put her out of action.
I didn't know that. When was that talked about?
It was posted an hour ago. On Cage Side Seats for all those people who want to check that out. But yeah, she's actually re-aggravated this injury. Apparently it's on WWE.com as well. Yes, it is. It is on WWE.com. Sasha Banks has re-aggravated her shoulder injury. Could potentially meaning that Bayley may have to defend by herself. Or, sorry, compete by herself, not defend. So it's kind of up in the air now.
Yeah.
But hopefully
Because
this
that
is
was
just
locked in. That was locked in that they were going to have them.
Yeah.
It wasn't locked
much.
in, but like in my mind, it was locked in.
I think it's locked in for most people. They're like, oh, Boston Hug will win. Like, that's the thing. But if Sasha Banks is actually injured and can't compete properly, could put a stain on the chamber.
Yeah.
But
I'm sad. Makes me sad.
yeah. But speaking of the Elimination Chamber match, let's get into our preview. So for the first match, we'll have Baron Corbin and Strowman. One match nobody wants. Who have you got?
Strowman. I think that Corbin is the whipping boy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right. The next match, we have a handicap match for the Intercontinental Championship. Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. Now, in this match, it doesn't matter who he pins.
So if Leo pins Finn,
Then Bobby Lashley retains.
okay. God, I hope it's Finn pins Leo. Just make it Finn. Like, I hope it's Finn pins Lashley, but I don't see that happening. So maybe Finn pins Leo, or Leo pins Finn, and they rebuild to whatever the next one, Fastlane.
See, I think you're right in this. I think they'll build a Fastlane, but I would like to see Finn Balor just obliterate the hell out of Lashley, kick him out of the ring for like 20 seconds, hit a random coup de grace or sling blade or something, and just Leo just eats the pin.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
So, both go Finn Balor?
Yeah, we'll go Finn.
Alrighty. Then we get the obvious match of the night, Ronda Rousey versus Ruby Riott for the Raw Women's title. Pretty sure we've both got Ronda.
Ronda, I think that there's going to be a post-match beatdown from the Riott Squad.
Yeah, definitely. Then we have the Cruiserweight Championship match, Buddy Murphy, our boy, of course, defending against Akira Tozawa.
Buddy Murphy retains forever.
Yeah, Buddy shall retain for life.
Yeah.
All right, then we have, we'll go to this one. We have the Usos versus McMiz for the SmackDown Tag Team titles.
McMiz. I don't think they're losing after one pay-per-view. I think they're going to retain.
Okay.
And then it will go to Fastlane, which will cause the breakup between Miz and Shane, and for them to have a match at Mania.
I think you're right. I think we are leading to that breakup and the match. But how I said, I reckon Usos will go over in this. I think Usos will win clean. And then we'll have that little bickering between Miz and Shane for the next couple of weeks on SmackDown, being like, it was your fault. No, it was your fault. And
It's still a long time till Mania. I think it's just a little bit too early. Because remember when they had AJ and Jericho?
Yeah.
They were just like, they were best friends one week, and then they were enemies, and then they were friends again, and then they were enemies. I don't want to see that. I would rather see them stick it out for even if they lose the belts, just be like, you know what, we'll get them next time. And then they have a rematch and they lose again or something like that. If the split is happening, I don't want it to happen yet, because they've only just become a team. So give them at least 2 shows.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I don't see the bickering starting yet. So yeah, I have McMiz for this one.
Okay. Then we get the thing that I reckon the one that I think should main event the show, but it is cursed, so it probably won't. The Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. We have Bryan versus Styles versus Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, and by looks of it, it's Kofi Kingston.
Yeah, I've got Bryan. I think Bryan will retain.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Bryan to retain. Are we going to get Bryan versus Styles at Mania? My God, I hope not.
I would love if they just build Kofi, and if it's Bryan versus Kofi. I think that they have such opposite styles, but I think that they are 2 really great workers. I think that they could do a lot together. So,
yeah.
Bryan to retain, Kofi to do the Iron Man spot. Yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. And then we get the match, which I'm pretty sure will main event the 6-team tag team elimination chamber match for the inaugural WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. Do we need to go
Now,
through
if
the
it's
list
not
of
gonna-
competitors?
If it's not going to be Bailey and Sasha, I have no idea because I've been banking on that it's going to be them.
Yeah, I think you're right. If it's not going to be Boston Hard Connection, Riot Squad get this.
Yeah, that would be awesome if they did it. I think, though, if I'm looking at it from a WWE logic point of view, the Samoan Slaughterhouse
Yeah?
seem the obvious choice. I know we're thinking that they won't be because everyone hates them. They're heels. You're supposed to hate them.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I think that now that I'm thinking if it's maybe not going to be Bailey and Sasha, it's going to be those two.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we're both in unison. It's either going to be Boston Hug or someone else.
Yeah.
But it's either Boston Hug or someone.
Or the Snooker Slaughterhouse. Oh, it's bad when you put it like that. Oof. Oof.
And with that pretty much wraps up a view from the WWE Universe. That's a horrible way to put it.
I know.
Dennis, what was your highlight of the week?
Becky. No, it wasn't even Becky. It was Kofi. Kofi was my highlight.
Yeah, Kofi was a highlight reel this week.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, Dennis, where can we find you?
On Instagram at Rachel Danderfield, on Twitter at Danderfield. And I keep telling you guys, please don't add me on Facebook. I keep getting names that I'm like, I don't know who you are, so you can sit in purgatory. Please don't add me on Facebook if we're not friends. I don't even use it, so Instagram or Twitter for all your Insta-ho needs.
Insta-ho. I love how you crowned yourself for that one.
Yeah.
Guys, you can find me on Facebook at CJ's World and Instagram at CJ's_World. And together, collectively, we are the B Plus Wrestle on Twitter because wrestling wouldn't fit. But we are the B Plus Wrestling everywhere else, including our Patreon, which is www.patreon.com/the B Plus, where you, of course, can get in on all the action, help us with a couple of donations, even if it's a minimum of $1 a month. Every single cent goes towards building our show. Of course, with the Patreon, you get your exclusive shows, you have early previews, you have your call-in shows. You can even have a say on a podcast once a month, which is pretty darn cool. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, we are the B Plus Wrestling because wrestling wouldn't fit on Twitter, but everywhere else it does. That is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Go ahead, give us a 5-star review if you feel so inclined. And of course, that's it for the week. Thank you for listening.
Hold one. Arm drag. You're not good at this. Get out.
Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon.
You just made the list.
Sorry, no speak English.
Dummy. Goodbye and good night. Hold two. Arm bar.
This is the worst town I've ever been in.
It's still real to me, damn it. Dummy. Hold three. The moss covered.